Good morning, Facebook fans. Coming to you from the beautiful Union Station in Denver, Colorado. Let me give you a quick sneak peek of the amazing architecture. Some of you have been here. This is the train you take to come into the downtown area. But this isn't a sightseeing tour. I'm here to talk to you about event management and why we're here in Denver. The weather is fantastic, and so are the people, and I could see this place being my home. Here's the entrance to Union Station, the old front facade. It is now known as the Crawford Hotel. And this inspired me to talk to you about one of the number one things when planning your event. But I can't give you number one without talking to you about number two and number three. We're going to actually go ahead and walk on through the station to the main street, and we'll talk along the way. Come on. While you're planning your event, you may be thinking that the committee is the most important step in the process. I'm going to tell you, while that's important, it's not number one. Very often I'll talk to managers who say they have the best influencers, they're going to invite the best people to their event. And your committee really needs to be made up of two things. It's influencers, and it's also the people that are going to do the work and do the job and execute the best ideas. Let's pause for the interior. So this is the interior of Union Station, which is also the main entrance to the Crawford Hotel. These are all historic sites in the LoDo area of Denver. Look at these benches. I mean, the rich wood is just amazing. So number three, we talked about committees. Let's talk about number two, and that's the invitation. Very often people will say, my invitation needs to be perfect. It needs to have the best image. My logo needs to be represented well. Invitation's also very important. However, I want you to start calling it an invitation process. One invitation does not make an event. We're going through the main doors. I'm very excited. One invitation does not make the event. It's the whole process. When's the first time people are hearing about your event? Oh, I think there's some power washing going on. Do 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 do. We could do some fun music over that. It's early in the morning here in LoDo, so you're going to hear the sounds of the street. This is why Facebook Live makes things real and raw. Here we are in beautiful LoDo. I wanted you to see the front entrance of the hotel. So much can be done here with lighting to give this place great ambiance if you're hosting an event here. So the invitation process, I want you to think about the first time people are hearing about your event. I hope it's by word of mouth and personal invitation. But there's also pieces they should be getting in multiple touch points. What are you sending in the mail? Yes, I need you to put a stamp on it. What are they getting via email? Dare I say use the fax machine for a blast of something fun. These are communication methods that used to be really important, and there's fun and innovative ways you can tie them into your event. So, yes, the fax machine was a joke, but I do want to see handwritten notes, personalized invitations. I think those things are really funny. So this is one of the courtyards that hug the Union Station area. Really a beautiful, beautiful space. There is our facade, front facade of Union Station. There's a nice little cafe. Quiet. I'd call this almost a subtle romantic space used for lots of different purposes. Okay, so what's the number one thing in event management? The number one thing in event management is what I'm doing here today, and that's called the site visit. Your site visit is the number one thing you can do to make your event successful, and I'm going to tell you why that is. You go, you see the space, and you're done. Yeah, not so much. You have to go again. You have to go and see your space at the time of your event. It's going to tell you about the traffic in the street at that time. Is there something happening in the area at that time of night or day on a regular basis that you need to know about? It's going to tell you things about your signage. Is my signage properly sized for the space? In photos, it's going to look like a really big space, and you get there and it's tiny. Those are all issues that come up during the site visit. Also, when you talk to site visit managers, man, those people need to be your best friend. Bring them a little bag of popcorn or candy or whatever it is that they like, because that person is your best friend. They're going to tell you the secret ins and outs of what works at that site. So I hope you enjoyed our mini tour of the LoDo area and the 3 tips to successful event management. Thanks for joining me.